Hello everybody and welcome on board this fabulous 2020 Beneteau Antares 9OB, so called because we've got the great big Suzuki 200 horsepower outboards at the back, and we can see a start-stop video of those in another video. But as you can see, we're going to go for an internal tour of this boat, and I'll talk about things in detail to give you an idea of what she's all about, where things are, etc. So let's start here, shall we? So as you can see, we do have swim platforms port and starboard around the engines. They're extensions of the main structure, and the starboard one does have a nice swim ladder nestled there, which is great. Straight through the companionway, very nice and easy. We've got a nice wide and high door here in the cockpit tent, and we do have a gate here to keep the pets and the children in as well. Very easy to open and close, no problem, just snaps back out of the way. And yes, so we'll start at the top with the cockpit tent. So here we go, very nice looking material, very contemporary, looks in good shape. There are one or two buttons that have come out that need putting back in, so a tiny bit, a few minor repairs needed there, but the windows are good. Everything seems to be fixed down very nicely, and we've stood the test of time with the recent storms in Brighton, so all very good and happy. And of course, if we want to roll the sides up, we can do. If we want to roll the back up, if we can do, to give us that flexibility, or if you want to take it off completely, we can do as well. Otherwise, it's all as it is to give us that extra room in the wind or the rain or the storms, etc., or just to keep the sun off. So looking back, if I just move back towards the stern and look towards the cockpit, we can see we've got our companionway through here. We've got a step companionway up to the side deck there, so we just unpop the sides and pop through, and we can walk all the way forwards there past the side access to the helm, which we'll see in a moment. Under here we have got the gas locker there, so that's nice, and outside of the interior, which is great. And you can see at the after end of the cockpit we've got a nice long bench seat here with another seat outboard here, a couple of cup holders as well. And what happens is, if we want to, we can at sea, once we've lowered the engines, this whole assembly moves back on the runners here to give us that little bit more room in the cockpit here. So very nice and flexible arrangement. We've got a good storage underneath this sliding seat here as well, and underneath the cockpit, under this lid here, we've got a really lovely, great big cockpit locker. We've got room for cushions, we've got room for fenders, deck chairs, all that kind of stuff. And then tucked away under here, we've got a battery compartment, more storage, fuel piping, wiring, etc., and the tanks port and starboard. But there is loads of room underneath here, tucked under that way, and also tucked under that way. So plenty of room for your suitcases, etc., for the weekend. Of course, the cockpit table does collapse and put away as well. That easily fits down below if you want a little bit more room around, but all looking absolutely fantastic. Now over on the port side here, you can see we've got another fishing rod holder, as we do on the starboard side. We've got a cup holder and a step up to the port side here. This side differs slightly in that it's higher, and we just walk straight all the way down to the foredeck if we want to, still inside the guardrails, but there is no port side companionway sliding door because we've got the furniture inside, which I'll show you in one moment. We do have nice strong cleats on this boat, which is really nice to see. Midships cleats fitted as well, which is great for single-handed or short-handed boating, no problem at all. So there's the companionway, really nice and easy to move. I'll just unlock it. It's in the locked open position at the moment. Here we go, and it just slides closed. See, there we go. Two-fingered action, and the door is closed. How lovely is that? If I just step back, you can see we've got full French windows, loads of light flooding in when they're closed, and light and air when they're open. So we can just flick that back there, put the lock on, and that's not going to go anywhere underway either. Very nice and high, very nice and wide, tiniest of lips here to get in, so really lovely. And of course you'll see we've got curtains either side, so we can curtain it all off if you want to. Very nice indeed. Nice grab rail here to hold up as you're traversing around, whether you're going to the side deck or whether you're just making your way forwards. And once we're in, then we can behold the interior of this lovely boat. Now, this boat has been professionally looked after under this owner's tenure. She's been very recently anti-fouled. The copper coat has been re-energized or renovated. The hull has been polished, and the exterior has been valeted every single month. And the interior or the boat has been checked for leaks. It's been checked for the bilge, battery chargers on, tied up correctly, etc. every single week. So this owner really has looked after her. But back to the interior. interior, here we go. Very light and Brighton area, not least due to the fact we've got windows all the way around, and coupled with the French windows at the back, great for watchkeeping at sea. You've got an almost unobscured view. We have an opener to the port side. On the starboard side, we can see, well, we've got curtains everywhere, which is great. We can see that we've got a nice companionway which opens up very easily. Again, we've got a cleat right next to the throttle, so if you're on our own or short-handed, we can operate the centre cleat there, hopefully to a centre cleat down on the pontoon as well, but could make things a lot easier for you. Looking up, let's start from the top. Looking up, we've got a great headlining in effect. You can see we've got down spotlights all over the place. We've got these windows which let light in. We've got a lovely great big hatch here which opens up very, very nice and easily, slides back, and there we go. We've got the sun in even more. Fantastic. And if we want to keep the light out, then we close the blind there. If we want to keep the flies out, we close that one. So all really good, really, really flexible, all built in, which is absolutely lovely. Very nice high headline or deck head here as well, so even the tall people amongst us shouldn't have a problem. Let's turn to the starboard aft corner, and you can see at the top we've got a stereo speaker. We've got curtains all over the place, I won't mention them again, but all very nice. And we've got a nice galley unit here, modular unit, so we've got a work surface here, we've got cup holders, we've got a shelf at the back where we've got the kettle. Down here, just nestling, we've got the fuel stops, which is great. We've got a socket for the kettle. Looks like we have a charging point there as well. Very nice. And if I just lift up the work surface, you can see inside, nice, relatively clean little galley here. We've got 2 burners, we've got a sink with a movable tap there, and does what it says on the tin. Very nice indeed. And then when we've finished, we've cleaned it up, put the lid down, and there we go, we're secure for sea. Underneath, we've got modular furniture. We've got a nice big drawer here for your cutlery, etc, etc. Underneath here, nestling a microwave and a bit more stowage. And in this side, we've got the fridge for the champagne or the G&T, whatever it is you would like. And it's all very nicely finished. It looks great. It looks contemporary and modern, because it is. And if we look at the upholstery, that matches really well too. The flooring matches really well too. All around with the curtains and the really nice white gel coat. This feels very, very fresh. Feels almost straight out of the factory. How lovely is that? Very easy to walk through. We've got a straight walk through there, nice and wide. We've got the table to hold on to. We've got the chairs to hold on to, etc. Not much in the way of handholds until you get to here, but I'm sure you'll be okay. And if we just come back to the port quarter of this compartment, we can see we've got the saloon or the dining area, whatever you'd like to call it. A nice bench seat here with the electric cabinets underneath here as well. So there we go. Let's drop the keys out. Let's take those out, put them back in. There we go. We have storage inside here as well. So we've got live trackers, all sorts of bits and pieces in there. A raised plinth here, which gives more headspace down below in the after cabin. Nice big saloon table, which I really like on this compartment. So whether you're cooking, whether you're driving, or whether you're sitting here, you've got a great view out of all of these fantastic windows. How lovely is that? Now, the table does make itself a little bit smaller if we desire. And these two, if I can do it single-handedly, these both poke in like that. Let's do it with one hand. I'll just move these 2 cushions onto the table like that. There we go. And then if we want to make this seat, which is kind of in a lounging position at the moment, we want to make it face forwards, then hey, presto, forward facing seat. You can see you're on a Beneteau, you've got something to hang on to, loads of leg room, a great view, somewhere to put your G&T, etc. And you can sit there and accompany the driver all day and really enjoy the view looking forward as we're bombing along at 20 or 30 knots. Very nice indeed. I think you'll agree this just looks fabulous. Anyway, let's carry on to the starboard side, starboard forwards. Really lovely helm seats, kind of wrap around, so that's going to make you feel like you're cosseted and safe, etc. We've got ventilation on the starboard side from the open doorway there if we want. We've got a bolstered cushion here as well, so we can sit down, or we can sit down or stand up a little bit higher if you want to, with a footrest here. Very nice, very well thought out, nice and ergonomic, etc. And of course, here we have the helm controls. So starting, let's try clockwise. Down here, we've got the trim tabs up and down, the troll mode, The bow thruster nicely to hand, a cup holder obviously. The Garmin flat screen, this does pretty much everything except take you out into outer space. We've got charts, we've got just engine readings, everything on there. Look at the photos and you'll see them all. We've got the Suzuki monitoring system here. You can see we've got the hours showing at the moment, which is great, but we can see fuel, we can see tachos, all sorts of bits and pieces on there. The electrics panel here, just in front of the fusion system, very nice indeed. And we've got the fly-by-wire throttles here, which are an absolute dream. So no cables to upset you or stretch or break or fall off or need maintaining. These just click into place and they feel lovely. Up and down movement to both engines there as well. We've got start and stop here as well. We can set the throttles to increase the revolutions of the engine as well without in neutral. So all really well thought out and very nice indeed. Nice wheel. The steering on this this boat has been maintained recently. Feels lovely, unlike a lot of horrible stiff steering you get, notchy, etc. It really does feel great on this boat, and I think just about anyone could operate it. So all in all, very nice area. We've got the VHF radio above us here. Just have a quick look. This will be a modern unit if I can get it off one-handed. There we go. Nice VHF DSC unit there, and a compass in front, somewhere to put all your bits and pieces. So we've got a 12-volt charging panel there, or charging socket, and a big window at the front there to let light only down to the forward cabin. But look through the windscreen, what a great view. Two big wipers. We've got a view all the way round to port and starboard. Little bit obscured just in the quarters here, but that doesn't really matter, and we can see out the back too. So fantastic for driving, keeping ourselves safe and preventing those collisions, etc. Let's go down below. So we've got a couple of steps down, 1, 2, 3 down. First thing we encounter down here on the right hand side is the head compartment. Reasonable size, great headroom. As you can see, we've got an opening window here, a not opening window here. We do have blinds for these that or material that just clips into place, so you can have the privacy if you want it. We got the head is facing to the port aft quarter, and as you can see, if we want to sit here and have a shower, we can do. If we're at sea, we're bombing along and we're bouncing, so we'd have a shower with a view. But if we're just doing something else, then we can lift that up, clip it back like so. I won't leave it there, and we've got the toilet to use as well. After that, we've got the sink, nice decent sized sink. We've got a shower here which will clip up there, so we can have a shower if we want to here, and a whole lot will disappear down the plug hole that way into the holding tank. Very good. And then in the after part of the boat, this compartment, you can see we've got some shelves here, decent sized cupboard underneath here too, and access to the wiring just inside the helm console, which I think is a really great idea, really important, great for fault finding if it ever happens. Very good indeed. Okay, so one of the pièce de résistance of this boat, obviously, is the forward cabin. And here we are, and we've still got great headroom, though it does come down slightly as we go forwards. That's because of the rake of the coach roof. No problem. You'll notice we have got a hatch here and a window here, both with blinds over as well, so we can black this compartment out with the blinds and the curtains over the windows. And you'll see, as we go down, we've got reading lights, and we've got this lovely sized bed. Now, this is a properly lovely sized bed. There's a big storage unit under here. We can lift the end of the bed up like this, and we've got room under there for all sorts of bits and pieces like dehumidifiers and things. We've got storage around the edges of the compartment behind this really nicely lined section here. We've got nice cupboards up here for all your bits and pieces that you would normally keep in your cabin. And as you go round, we can see we've got a step up onto the bed, so we've got a nice extra little part here, and the windows will give us that really lovely view down onto the water. We feel like we're inside a boat here. We've got the bow flare here, and we can see down to the water. Very nice indeed. This cupboard here, which is rammed full of stuff at the moment, nice big hanging locker there, and as you can see above me, we've got this window which has got the curtain over it just to stop the light coming through, but that will give us more light if we want it, and make it into an even light compartment. Very nice indeed. And again, the lovely the materials, wood, the inside finish of the boat just makes it feel like a very nice place to be. Access to the bilge down there, so there is an electric bilge pump down there, so easy to monitor as well. And the last compartment we'll go to is through this door. This is the after cabin. So the first thing we encounter is a small lobby here, which if we close the door here, there'll be room to change. We've got shelves here. We've got a fiddle shelf on top. We have an opening window up there and a cupboard at the bottom. And then if you just come in here and we just duck down. So as with most aft cabins, I'll just caught myself on the handle. As with most aft cabins, there's a bit of a compromise here because this is a seating upstairs. But of course, in here, you're only going to be going to getting changed and sleeping. But you can see what a lovely, great, big, long long, very wide bed it is as well. Underneath here we have the fresh water tank, lovely window to look out first thing in the morning or last thing at night. We've got a curtain as well, and it all feels nice and clean. And behind the bulkhead over there, this peels forward or drops forward, and we've got inside there, we've got the calorifier, battery charger, and the holding tank, and a few skin fittings as well. Very nice indeed, and I think I'd be quite happy in here. It doesn't feel claustrophobic, and two people could quite happily sit here and read a book with the backs against here, I think. All good. And of course you can see we have some storage on the outboard side there too. So this has been Tim showing you around this very nice 2020 Beneteau Antares 9OB. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you on board. It's a pleasure being on board, trust me. And if you'd like any more information about this boat, just go to Boatshed Brighton.com for lots more pictures, videos and virtual reality. Have a wonderful day.